Don Poyer along with Jim Hendrick. This is the Miller American team, and it appears they're having problems getting that huge Lycoming engine started. One of the crew members looking back inside the cowling. They are approaching the 1-minute gun, and the boat must be out on the course and maintaining a plane at that 1-minute gun. The boat's still not going out. Wait a minute, it looks like they've got it started now. Lucero jumping off. They'll pull the plug, and they made it. According to my watch, he had about 30 seconds to spare. Miller American is out, and it is running. A glance at the rundown. The Miller American at 1:53. Executone Telephone, Squire Shop Britannia, Oboy Oberto coming up. And the driver of the Oboy Oberto, Jerry Hopp, qualifying at just over 114 miles per hour. Scott Pierce, a winner of one race in 1985. That's the initial race in Miami. Tom Deeth back into racing with the Squire Shop Britannia. Britannia, a new sponsor in unlimited hydroplane racing. And the man who has it all right now, Chip Hanauer, and the Miller American qualifying, as we said, well over 153. All four boats are now running here for Heat 1B as they come down the straightaway. On the far right is Executone Telephones. There's the Squire Shop Britannia. The Executone, 6 seconds, 5, 4. They can't cross the starting line until time expires. Look out. Right on the button, 3 different boats. Miller American on the outside as they come rumbling into that first turn. Executone Telephones in lane number 1. Squire Shop Britannia, lane number 2, and the Miller American turbine engine on the outside. Tom Deeth and the Squire Shop holding on to first place, battling Chip Hanauer going down the back chute. The Miller American with some 4,000 horsepower holding back maybe just a little bit. This is the first time Chip has been competing after having the rudder repaired a couple of times during testing and qualifying earlier in the week. Chip Hanauer on the outside, the Miller American, 3-time Gold Cup winner. Tom Deeth, a winner here in 1976 in the Gold Cup. In fact, Chip won here last year when the Gold Cup was held in Tri-Cities. 3 boats going around in lap number 1. Executone on the inside. In lane number 2, the Squire Shop Britannia with Tom Deeth and Chip Hanauer on the outside in the Miller American. Lap speed, 130.5 miles per hour for the Squire Shop in first place after lap number 1. Executone Telephones dropping back just a bit in lane number 1. It's turning into a 2-boat race now down the back chute. The piston engine of the Squire Shop Britannia in its first race of 1985, going against Chip Hanauer on the outside in the red and white and gold boat. Third place, Scotty Pierce, the national point leader. Here on lap number 2, it's still Chip Hanauer with a slight lead on the outside. Leaving a lane now, he must leave plenty of room for Tom Deeth to come around to hug the buoy. And what a job he's doing driving. Look at Tom Deeth. Hold on to lane number 1. Bob Stile on the left, Jim Harvey, the crew chief, on the right. Stile, the owner of this boat, in first place. The Squire Shop Britannia. Miller American Chip Hanauer just staying on the outside hip of Tom Deeth. Scotty Pierce, third place. Still the Squire Shop. Tom Deeth, who drove for Bob Stile on the Squire Shop back in 1982 when Chip Hanauer left the Squire Shop and went to work for Jim Lucero and Fran Muncie. Then it was the Atlas Van Lines camp. Now it's the Miller American. Third place still is the Executone Telephones. Fourth place, Jerry Hopp and the Oboy Oberto. Going down the back chute, the turbine on the outside, the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, the piston engine on the inside, and the Squire Shop Britannia. And this is where the turbine engine in the lighter boat really has an advantage, even though Hanauer's on the outside of the Miller American. He can maintain incredibly high speeds going around the turn. Look at the air get underneath the Miller American. Speed for both boats identical, 127.840. Very close to 130 miles per hour. Scotty Pierce still holding on to third place. And the race continues as they head down the back chute. Tom Deeth, a veteran driver, a 3-time national champion in the limiteds. Jerry Hopp hoping to pick up fourth place points and make it into the final. Executone Telephone trying to get the points and hold on to that national point lead. But the Miller American, Miller, check that, Chip Hanauer, and Tom DeHeath of the Squire Shop Britannia having a great old time here in Eastern Washington. Keep in mind the Squire Shop Britannia in its first race, plenty of equipment, plenty of engines to go through if need be in order to compete. And now, very slowly, as you get more air under the Miller American, Chip Hanauer beginning to ease away slightly from Tom DeHeath and the Squire Shop Britannia. The Miller American trying to pick up 400 points in its first race here in 1985 in Tri-Cities, that is. The Executive Telephos dead in the water. Scotty Pierce unable to get any points here in Heat 1B. Average speed for the Miller American now as Chip begins to lengthen that lead up to 129 miles per hour. A beautiful boat, likewise for the Squire Shop Britannia and Tom DeHeath in his first action of the year. Jerry Hoff, he's been on the circuit the entire year in the Aboy Alberto. But the native of Seattle, Chip Hanauer, 30 years old with 15 career victories already, 2 victories in 1985, coming around the final turn on his last lap. Averaging speed better than 129 miles per hour. He is the winner of Heat 1B. 400 points to the Miller American. Second place, Squire Shop Britannia and Tom D. Third place, Aboy Alberto, 225 points. So after having a devil of a time getting the engine started, the Miller American got the victory. Let's go down to the pits and find out exactly what the story's all about.
All right, Don, let's find out the real story here. What happened in the beginning? 31 seconds to spare. You made the course before being disqualified. What was going on?
No, we just couldn't get a fire lit in the motor. I don't know really what the problem was.
Do you kind of sweat when it comes to that kind of timing?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I just got to sit there and be patient and do my job, and rather than panic and, get all excited.
Tommy DeHeath's return to the circuit gave you a little bit of competition, a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, it was fun. It's always fun to run deck to deck with somebody.
Well, the Squire Britannia places second to the Miller American, and now I understand that Don is with Tommy DeHeath.
Tommy,
yes, sir.
Congratulations, welcome back and all that stuff. You showed a lot of confidence out there, willing to go deck to deck with somebody.
Oh, that doesn't bother me a bit. I've been around a while, so, when you run against guys like Chip Hanauer and Scotty Pierce, you don't mind rubbing fenders.
Well, it wasn't bad sticking your nose in there, too, because you knew the Miller couldn't go all that hard with that new rudder situation back
well,
there.
I had a feeling Chip was going to lay back. Plus, I knew he didn't have any timing runs this morning, so he didn't have any runs at the clock. He was kind of keying on me because he knows I get good starts. And I was the first one to the clock, and I left Scotty plenty of room on the inside, and I saw the Miller American outside the Britannia Squire, so I knew we were going to put on a good race for the fans.
Coming up, our second flight of heats, including a matchup of the two turbines, the 711 and the Miller American.